We're incredibly excited to see the outcomes of the Digital Skills TaskForce. It's fantastic to see, after all of the work that's gone in over recent months, and indeed almost a year, the outcomes that are so focused on delivering, crucially, the innovation and the employability that Britain's workforce will need in the future, that our young people will need, but crucially, also the skills and the competencies and the attributes that our existing workforce will need. There are two areas where we're really excited and encouraged. The first is employability and the second is innovation. On employability, there is no doubt that there is still a huge challenge to make sure that our educational provision, that our educational institutions are delivering the skills that businesses need. Too often we hear the sort of response, the challenge, the concern that universities, that institutions, that colleges, that schools are providing young people, that are providing older learners with wonderful qualifications, with wonderful degrees, with wonderful certificates, but not the core skills to be able to hold conversations with our clients, to be able to hold conversations with our customers, to be able to engage in the modern workforce, to deliver the EQ as well as the IQ. And I think the challenge that's set out here by the Digital Skills TaskForce is a fantastic one. Let's make sure that our educational institutions and our businesses both take collective responsibility to ensure that the partnership, that the mutual ways of working, that the interdependencies between the two parts of our economy are even stronger than ever before. We're certainly proud of our major collaborations at the Open University as Britain's biggest university, and we're determined to continue to do more, working in partnership with businesses, large and small, SMEs and large multi-internationals. And I think that the challenge that's set out in the task force's report to make sure that education is delivering the skills that business needs is spot on, and we've all got a collective responsibility to get it right over the coming years. The second area that's really important is innovation. The fact is that our world has changed. The way that we used to live our lives is not the way we live our lives today. The way we engage with our friends, our family, our colleagues has changed beyond recognition. The way that we buy and consume media, the way that we buy and consume goods and services, all of these things have changed profoundly. And our educational provision needs to change and adapt similarly. If we think about the fact that we used to buy our books at Borders and now we buy so many of these goods and products at Amazon. If we look at the fact that we used to rent our DVDs at Blockbuster and now that market share has been taken by Netflix and LoveFilm, the world is changing at a phenomenal pace. And we have a responsibility, an obligation to make sure we take advantage of the digital revolution, that we take advantage of new ways of delivering and new ways of engaging to deliver better, more personalised, more bespoke opportunities for all of our learners, and draw from the analytics within that to make sure we can adapt our learning, to make sure we adapt our delivery to meet their aspirations and their goals in an even more bespoke, in an even more personalised manner. So we're really excited about what the task force recommends around MOOCs, blended learning, flipped classrooms, online learning, and we're really encouraged by the fact that many educational institutions today in Britain are meeting that changing world. We've got 35 great partners, for instance, in FutureLearn, Britain's first MOOC platform, and literally since Christmas of 2013, we've just gone, within weeks, through 750,000 course registrations from 190 countries around the world. That for me says two things. The first, that there is a huge demand for education and for new skills in the modern world. There is an appetite for learning, and it's incumbent on all of us to deliver in new ways. Demand cannot be met by conventional supply alone. We can't build enough brick and mortar institutions on the planet to meet that demand, and so online, flipped learning, these new routes have to be a crucial part of our story. But the second lesson it teaches us is that our higher education system, our education system in Britain, is still a jewel in the crown. Our education system as a whole is worth £18 billion to the UK economy every single year. It's the second best system on the planet. It's incumbent on all of us to deliver both the employability and the innovation that the task force's report sets out. And if we do that, we'll remain not only at the vanguard of the world, but deliver again over the coming years for millions more learners right across the planet, delivering a more prosperous, a fairer and a stronger and better educated workforce that's more in tune and more in keeping and more relevant for modern business and for modern employment.